Malcolm John L. McWilliams.
McWilliams?
Yes, sir.
Did you hire this person, or is this person assigned to you?
He came to me, said he was assigned to me by the county.
Okay, so for this hearing, sir, you're going to be represented by Ms. Shive if this matter was assigned. She's representing you, your attorney today. Do you need to speak to her at all before we get started? All right, back on the record. Well, actually, I haven't called the case. State of Michigan versus Donald Hurley, case 24058-43401. Today is the date set for a bond redetermination hearing. Appearances, please.
Emily Ragnan for the people, Your Honor.
Jessica Shive on behalf of Mr. Hurley. Sir, please state your full name for the record again.
Donald Darnell Hurley.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hurley. Today is the date set for redetermination hearing. Mr. Ragnan has the bond.
Now, people are asking for a remand in this matter. There are multiple witnesses from various angles and different situations who observed, well, this defendant shoot the victim twice in the chest. He shot him so close to it that there were residue from the gun and the fire on the man's shirt or sweater. But a number of people saw this happen. Initially, the defendant and another person got into an argument as that person walked by, and the defendant went out and hit him with a gun in his face because he didn't bring back his wheelbarrow. This victim who died went and tried to confront the defendant to tell him that, you know, why did you have to assault him? On and on. It goes on. It's a long report, Your Honor. But the whole thing is that subsequently, when he did that, the defendant had brass knuckles on with a knife. And he admitted to, I remember my arm going up and down when he finally got him on the ground, was on top of him and cutting his shoulder with a knife. And other people said in other areas as well. He then pulled out his gun and put it up. He said earlier, I'll put 2 in your chest if you've got a problem. Well, he put 2 in his chest, Your Honor. And then he got up and fired the gun again at his head, according to one witness, but the gun malfunctioned. And I think he said something to the effect, basically, well, that's enough, or that was it. So extremely dangerous man, multiple witnesses. There were a number of teenage kids who came up and was there watching this as well. So we think a remand is very important in this instance. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Shive Esteban.
Your Honor, he is presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and we don't believe he's at flight risk because he turned himself in. It's in the report as well. He turned himself in immediately, I think an hour after this incident, or a few minutes, just literally right after this alleged incident. He had turned himself in to police station, Your Honor, and it's in the report as well. Now, Your Honor, these complaining witnesses allegedly were making threats to my client and his daughter, his 23-year-old daughter, saying, we're going to come with a gun and kill you. And they came with a gun and a metal scooter, Your Honor. That is in the report. They came with a gun, metal scooter. My client is, was defending himself, turned himself in right away because, he believes in the system that he had a right to defend himself, and that's what he was doing, protecting himself and his daughter, Your Honor. And he turned himself in right away. He wasn't trying to run from anything. Now, I'm not aware of him being on probation or parole or anything pending. I'm not aware of him having felonies on his record. He does say that in the past decades ago, there was he had a court case about a taser, and that was taken care of, Your Honor. Nothing other than that. So I'm not aware of Capia's history. So respectfully asking the court to consider a reasonable bond here. Now, we understand the charges, Your Honor. We understand that I always ask for a personal bond. I understand that if what the court is looking at, Your Honor, but the court has what the report says, and I have what my client says, Your Honor, and none of us were there. But the court still has, to weigh community safety, and we understand that, Your Honor. However, there's threats made, calls made, they come with a gun, they come with the metal scooter. He turns himself in immediately. He has no assaultive history. So respectfully asking the court to consider a reasonable bond here. And if the court can't do that without a GPS tether and house arrest, Your Honor, then we understand that.
All right, give me a minute. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Ragland.
I was just going to say, the murder victim didn't come with a gun. He was throwing popsicle stick and a wrapper at the defendant at a time. And then he tried to pick up a scooter, a little bike, and tried to throw it at him, but it fell. It dropped it and didn't hit the other person. That was the extent of his involvement with this defendant. The defendant then took it upon himself to not only cut him with his brass knuckles, but to kill him, Your Honor.
All right, give me a second. All right. I've had a chance to review the investigator's report on this one, and there is a presumption of innocence that Mr. Hurley has going forward with this case. I believe there's a lot of back and forth, and there are a number of folks who have made statements in conflict with each other. However, this is a highly, highly dangerous situation. A situation where somebody was murdered, a situation where a number of other people were victims of assault, including Mr. Hurley, according to all the reports in this matter. I do believe that a cash bond is necessary. A high cash bond is necessary to ensure the safety of the public. And this cash bond is essentially a remand. I'm going to set the bond at $250,000 cash as surety, GPS tether, house arrest while this matter is pending.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Hurley, sir, your next date is going to be August 1st, 2024, before Judge King.
Yes, sir. Can I also ask for my discovery package?
Sir, I'm pretty sure your attorney does not have the discovery package yet. My understanding is the prosecutor is going to be Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, which is not Mr. Ragland's office. And Ms. Shive is not going to be representing you on the next date. So it's going to be a totally different cast and crew. You're going to have new judge, new prosecutors, new defense attorney. Your next date on August 1st. Hopefully by that point, your attorney has the discovery packet and you guys can get to work on mounting your defense, okay?
Yes, sir.